Hi everybody, Emily here at Agraria. Welcome to week 24 of the Big Map Out. We are on birds, week 2, and this week we're going to be talking about nests. So, today when you leave your house or even your car if you've gone to a park, remember the routine of invisibility, getting quiet and still as you're going out to your sit spot. And when I came out here, I just waited at my door and I peeked out and I stopped and waited and noticed where the birds were, and I walked a few steps and stopped and looked up, saw which way the clouds were going, that it was sunny, and where I felt it on my cheek, and I felt myself becoming a part of my area, my sit spot. And then I walked slowly out here so that the birds could feel comfortable and stay close, because today and this week we're going to be watching for birds making nests. So take a look in your area, sit, and the more that you sit there and the longer that you sit there, you will get the birds to come in close, and they'll be able to show you where the nests are that they're making. And bird territories are actually pretty small, and within that territory they're going to be building their nests. So watch for birds with nesting material in their beaks as they're flying or moving around. They might have grasses. They might be building their nests with moss. Here is a bluebird nest from last year where they used straw and then even some pine needles. We also had a wren nesting on our land last year that used sticks. These sticks about, the size of, a little bit smaller than a straw, and maybe some feathers and some grasses, and it looks like even some, fuzzy material right there. So birds can use a whole lot of different materials. So go ahead and we're going to be doing is recording those nests and where we think the birds are building the nests on our map. So go ahead and do that, and next we're heading over to the barn and our buildings to see if there are any birds making nests in our human-built spaces too. Enjoy! So now we made it over to the barn, and inside the barn, up in the windows, are some nests from last year. So take a look at all the grass material up there. There's a few spots for some house finches and some song sparrows. Some house sparrows maybe came in and started making their nests inside the barn within these vents, and then back behind there too. So you can make a note on your map of any nests that you're finding in and around your outdoor buildings, like if you have a shed in your backyard or other buildings around in the spaces that you're going this week. Okay, now we're inside and it's time to map. Now before we start mapping, I would like to make a note about ticks. This time of year there are deer and wood ticks out there, and it's important when you come inside to just do a little tick check, make sure that there's not a tick on you. They like the underarms and tight places like around here. Maybe your hips, and just taking a tick check all around. So make sure to do that this time of year. Okay, so mapping. We're gonna map where we saw some nests. Over here, I drew in the barn for this week. That's something new. It's a little bit off our general area, but I added it in because it was a part of what we were doing today. And I drew a nest, a circle with a couple dots in the middle, like as if they were eggs, and put house finch, because there's some house finch nests there. We also, during the sit spot, where I was around here, I saw a cardinal carrying some nesting material over in the northwestern corner. And so there was a nest being made over there, and again, the circle with the dots to denote that. Then, on our way back in, we heard a mockingbird. They are returning to this area this time of year, and we heard one singing at the top of the mulberry tree. So we went ahead and noted that with the musical notes, and we wrote in mockingbird. So go ahead and map the nests on your map, and have a great time. For an extension this week, we are checking our bluebird boxes. So if you and your family would like to come help out the Ohio Bluebird Society or Agraria, you can check bluebird boxes. Here at Agraria, we've got 9 bluebird boxes that you could check with your family. And Ohio Bluebird Society has lots of bluebird boxes around in different parks and neighborhoods that you can check as well. So, what are we doing? We're checking for bluebirds in the nests, which needed some homes because they like to nest in cavities of dead trees. We've been taking a lot of dead trees out of our yards and spaces in Ohio over the last few decades, and so we need some boxes out there to help give them some habitat to nest in. They like to make their nests out of grasses and the pine needles. Sometimes they use pine needles, but mostly grasses, and it's a cup about this big. See, it's kind of in a cup shape. The other type of nest that we see really often in bluebird boxes is the house wren nest. And they'll be coming back soon. They're not back yet from their southern vacation homes for the winter, but they'll be back and making their nests here soon. Now, what you do when you are checking a bluebird box is that you'll come out to the box, you'll give it a little tap, make sure no one's out, or everybody's out, and no one's in there, and then you'll unscrew, you'll lift up, and come on, let's peek inside. Oh, look at that. Just the start of some grasses. And just earlier today, I saw a bluebird male and female on the box. So what you'll do then is you'll make notes about the date, the box number you checked, and what sort of nest is going on in there. Right now it's an incomplete nest with grasses and some feathers, and I made a note that there were some adults present of eastern bluebirds, which is very exciting for this nest. And you can help be a part of this citizen science project as well with your family, and please call Agraria or Bethany Gray with more, and we'll give you more information about that so you can join.